everybody to, I guess it's not a podcast, it's a 5-pin Universe Championship match on Tuesday nights here. We have Dexter, and Brett is back commentating with us. And we bring in our defending champion. He's going to commentate this first match here.
Try to.
Commentate. He's going to spectate with us.
Yeah.
That is very fair. All right, and we'll bring in our preliminary match competitors. We have the myth, the man, the legend, was recently on the WCBT broadcast in match number 1. Steve Cummings. And we have a man from the past as well in Darrell Bradley.
Yeah. I got a lot less intro than Steve got.
Well, you were at Tour Finals too. But
when you said man, myth, legend, I hope you're talking about Steve, not me.
Yeah. So we can't thank you guys enough for coming in and challenging Rylan here. But first, you have to go through each other. So what are your guys' thoughts going into this match?
Well, I can't lose to a guy driving up in a minivan, so I'm really hoping I can pull this one off. Otherwise, I won't never hear the end of it.
Do you think Darrell can bowl better than he can drive?
Well, it can't be any worse than how he drives.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a little accident this morning there, guys. Yeah. Well, I had to bust out the wife's minivan for a week or two here. Yeah. Apparently in 2 feet of snow, a truck with RV or a 4x4 can't do anything. So, yeah.
It's like you never lived in Alberta your whole life.
Yeah, first time in winter. That was what Cummings already chirped at me this morning. Right? First time driving in winter? What? I'm like, man. Just
trying to throw you off your game.
Yeah, got a little excited heading into the office. Yeah, we had a new employee today, so. No, we're ready to play, man. This is fun. Obviously, I'm looking forward to doing some bowling. Commentating's fun, but at the end of the day, I want to bowl and opportunity to play this match. You guys had it a few times, and it's kind of fun. I know Steve obviously just played in the Tour Finals as well, and we've all seen his first match, so a little bit of redemption here for him, I think. Come at me.
Quick.
So, yeah.
Don't blink.
Yeah.
Well, in this matchup of Salt and Pepper versus Salt and Pepper, who's going to win? The guy with a little bit more pepper going on in the facial hair, or
he just has more facial hair.
I mean, I like the beard better, I'm going to be honest. But hey, here's a question for you. So what's it like having a guy in the office, one of the greatest old-timers, the guy who dominated in the 80s and 90s, Mark Johnstone, an absolute legend of the game. I looked up to him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
What's it like having a guy like that?
Yeah, you might be dating him a little bit, but yeah.
I don't think he was around in the 80s, was he?
Yeah.
Just dominating free fall.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Mark Jackson? No, Mark Jackson doesn't work for me. Yeah, lots of bowling, banter back and forth on a daily basis. So. Yeah, we get our fair share around here in Edmonton with all these guys and the chirping and everything they're doing. So,
hey, when I was 4 years old, I just wanted to be Mark Johnstone. So.
You've qualified and then some. You're good. Yeah. We'll bring Johnny back too. Johnny's got some work to put in the game, and he's gonna come and compete again. I know he wants to as well, right? So we all do, right? The game.
Hey, but this is your time. This is your time.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Short little.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good match.
Yeah.
So
be back behind the microphone for long.
Yeah.
So for the audience, the first match is 2 games. Each game is worth a point. If they both win a game each, then it goes to a 1-ball roll-off to decide the winner, and the winner moves on to face Rylan. So we just want to give you guys a couple minutes to warm up if you want, and then we'll get the match started.
Sounds good.
All right, good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
All right, a little bit of background noise there. Hopefully that wasn't too distracting for everybody. So what are your guys' thoughts? Who's got the edge here?
Yeah, Brett, who's going to win this? Pick your horse.
Honestly, DB was throwing some major heat before the match, so I think I'm going to go with Bradley.
All right, and how much fake money?
Fake money? How is it fake money?
No, it's real. It's very real.
Yeah, it is very real.
We don't condone illegal gambling.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's
Monopoly
fake
money.
that I still expect an e-transfer for.
Well, we'll go for a quarter of what I owe you. Okay.
All right, $10. $10 it is.
Sure. Yeah.
That's quick math, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty.
is very accurate. It is very accurate. So we got Seahawks colors, eh? Is he a Seahawks guy or?
You bet.
No, sucks to be him.
It's rough.
Yeah, Bills ripped him
rough.
up on the weekend.
You know, the only football team I can get behind in Seattle was the Dragons.
Okay.
The XFL Dragons, they were great. They were the best XFL team there was.
I still remember watching the first ever game, and they did that stupid kickoff where they put the ball at the 50-yard line. They had to do like a 20-yard sprint to get the ball, and the guy broke his arm and ended his career.
Yeah,
right at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. So glad they went away from that. This rendition was way better.
So are we going now?
We're going. Still liking your pick?
Yeah, I mean, he looked a little bit bummed. I guess he must have been throwing good in warm-up, and then it's tough when you come out and you just clank the first one down and miss the middle after throwing so well in warm-up. But you liked it so much you did it again.
Something distracting him on his leg.
A little bit of rust, I'm sure.
Spend less money on leg tattoos and more money on bowling lessons.
Oh man, it's great to see Darrell actually back into the competitive scene.
Oh, and you know what? He's been bowling really good. He's averaging 265 on Sundays, 265, maybe a little bit higher actually. One of the smoothest bowlers out there for sure. It's really nice to have him back, and he's been really ambitious and excited to be there playing. So it's been great having him around. So, Brett, were we playing like for the first game, or were we playing for like the winner of the entire first match?
The match.
All right.
I'm not made of money, okay?
Looks like Sean Eby wants to play you for some money here, Dexter.
Wins in 7.
Wins in 7, game 1. So he shuts him out in the 7th frame.
I mean, that's a very specific bet.
That's a 7-bagger. Oh, no, he didn't even say 7-bagger. He just said he'd be up enough to shut him out in 7.
So he's going to be up 135 in 7?
That's tough with a head pin in 2, but...
Yeah.
I mean, to shut someone out in the 7th frame, you basically got to go corner spare, triple, corner spare, double. The other guy's got to not get any marks.
Is he expecting Darrell to shoot like 60 in the 7th frame?
I like all the Muhammad Ali's out there busting out the round in the.
Sean, I'll take that bet.
Yeah,
Sean, I'll take that bet.
Money.
It's a solid hedge bet.
Yeah, I remember when I first started bowling in the tour events. Darrell was definitely a guy who stood out, pretty fired up. I mean, and yeah, like you said, he throws such a nice ball.
Definitely rolled it. Steve's obviously been in the game for a long time. He has a few perfect games under his belt and quite a few nationals. I think he made nationals in 3 different provinces as well, and
it's amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty good. It's going to be a tough order for DB to beat him, but DB's put his money where his mouth is several times. He's played in the $1,000 Invitational, and
now he's got twinsies. 2nd frame going a lot like the 1st frame.
Did you see him hold his back? That's old age.
That's number one move. Once you hit your mid-30s, after that, anytime you have a bad frame, you just grab something, wince a little bit, walking back.
Gino does that before he throws a ball.
Oh, he's already laying it out beforehand.
Okay, so DB's up after 2 frames. And who would have thought with 5 miss in the first 2 frames?
Well, I mean, I went from watching that Eric Jose Hurst match to now we're watching this.
Yeah.
It's a tough transition.
Yeah, for those of you who are watching, make sure to go check out the WCBT page. Our matches from the tour finals are coming out. Match 3 was today. Post interviews will be tomorrow.
Yep.
But they're starting to come out, and there are some absolutely awesome matches. So make sure you watch it.
I think I said Hurst. I meant Askin. Brian Askin versus.
Yeah. Two Bryans in it. Yeah.
So complicated. Actually, both of those matches. I mean, the last 2 to come out is it's great.
Yeah,
great matches.
Absolutely, some good come from behind matches, and some just great shooting, and some drama with kickbacks, and yeah, a little bit of everything so far. Ooh,
Power chop, little heavy.
It looks like when he comes out, he's pretty far from his hip when he releases the ball. I know lots of guys are pretty tucked in and pretty square. When Steve comes back, like he's pretty far out from that hip when he throws. It's to see how consistent he is and how well he throws the ball from that point. It's pretty amazing. And
you know what, Steve's consistency is unbelievable, and Steve does something that, like, and this is not bashing Steve at all, but Steve is notoriously a guy that puts the ball into the line all the time, but when he does it, he still snaps his arm and he still gets so much rotation on that shot. He's thrown it forever. It's always been exactly the same, and he's man, when he hits it, just everything explodes. He gets so much rotation on that shot. It's not something that, like, normally you teach to people, but Steve has absolutely perfected it, and he's got so much stuff on the ball when he throws it.
Yeah, just 5 just disappeared on that one.
Yeah.
There you go. Chelsea, you're right. That is Brett.
Yeah, I'm back.
Shady's back.
Yeah.
Allison is watching in the back here live at the lanes, and I guess there's a little bit of delay on the match, so she's having a hard time keeping her comments in, maybe?
Yeah, maybe she's having a hard time staying awake.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
There we go.
That's good reaction.
There we go.
You know what?
Match.
One thing that I'm very concerned about is you got a guy who owns a promotional company that makes a lot of the shirts you see on the tour, and his shirt is just boring. What's up with that? You know what I mean, though? Well, look at that thing.
It's his professional shirt, I would say.
Oh, come on.
Something that he'll wear out of the office and go to a client's meeting with or something.
And I'll tell you what, the fact that second L sticks out of the lines just a little bit really upsets me.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, well,
you said it, and I stared at it harder. And
look!
I wonder
Right
if
there.
that's a Johnstone design, or if Darrell picked that one out himself.
Yep, looks good. Let's put it out.
Well, what's the worst case scenario? It didn't work out. I'll make a new one. Guaranteed Darrell's not paying for that.
All right. Unfortunately, Darrell opened 5 there, giving Steve a little bit of advantage here.
Outside 3-pin.
These guys are sharp.
I'll tell you what, Scott. If you don't notice things like that, you need to have a little bit more attention to detail, my friend.
So,
hey, Rylan, how you feeling about this match so far, Rylan?
Kind of boring, to be honest.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know. I can't stand watching bowling. Like, even though I love bowling, it's just kind of boring to watch to me. Like, I'd rather bowl.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, that's all of us, right?
But you can definitely learn a lot from watching.
Yeah. Are you more so referring to the fact that they're not running anything? Like it's not marks, like the scores aren't that high?
Nah, just watching bowling in general is kind of boring to me, to be honest.
Don't worry. Once you get old and lazy, then you just get a nice plate of nachos or something else at Sherwood Lanes. Just sit back and watch some bowling. You'd be surprised how relaxing it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually relaxing when you have a couple of pints in front of you.
Yeah. Whatever they got on tap at Sherwood, eh?
Grasshopper.
You know what, Palmer?
There we go, Palmer.
Relax.
It is. Oh man.
Yeah.
Fair, DB, fair.
Honestly, I can't go full paralyzer. I got to go White Russian. I don't like the Coke in there. I don't like the fizz.
That's a good shot. That's a really good shot. Really, you're not a fizz guy?
No, I don't like the carbonation. Is that carbonate?
Yeah, you nailed that.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, thanks.
Well done. Yeah.
I'm a cunning linguist.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
There you go.
Hey.
Double, our first double of the match.
Yeah, two really solid shots and confident looking, and yeah, that was fantastic.
No.
There's been a streaker on one of these matches.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, there was.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're going through the quad to
there
the
we go.
gymnasium. Hey, honey, you think Taco Bell's open?
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it. Snoop a loop. As soon as it hits your lips, eh?
Yeah.
It's a big shot here, just to kind of keep Darrell down a little bit, keep him at bay.
They're starting to find it here. There you go. Another great shot.
There's another good shot.
Well, if you said Steve has a few perfect games under his belt.
Mhm.
I think is it few or is it just the one?
No, I think it's 2 for sure.
Was it?
Yeah.
You look at a guy like that, and then once you're going tit for tat, and all of a sudden the marks are rolling, you got like 5-6 marks in a row. You kind of look to those guys that.
Ooh, that's a good squeeze though. Good
That's
squeeze.
a great squeeze. I mean, if you're gonna stop throwing strikes, you should probably throw a corner. Steve has 2.
Thanks, Allison.
Just yell it out. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, that's
the big opening.
That's a tough one.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying is you've got a guy that's throwing a couple, so he's no stranger to rolling out a bunch of strikes in a row, right? So the moment doesn't get too big for guys like that.
Yeah. And these guys have been around for so long too that you start off a little shaky. You know what they're going to find it partway through, and they start rolling with it.
How long? Tell me. Years. Call them out. How old are they?
Ooh, Darrell's 40, right, or 40 something.
He's old enough to party.
Oh, yeah, he's been old enough to party for a real long time.
I'll say it now. I'll say it right to his face. I do not like the mustache in comparison to that beautiful beard he had during those broadcasts.
You've always been about the beard, though.
Yeah.
You're definitely a beard guy.
Well, because it covers up my second chin. It has a practical use. It's not really an aesthetic thing. It's functional. It does its job.
Its job is supposed to keep you warm.
All right, Steve can put a nail in the coffin here.
That's a bunch of really good shots.
Yeah, good tempo, great reach right to that pocket, and the ball just that little 2-board movement, boom, done.
Sean, you said shot out in frame 7. He was ahead by 2.
I mean, he still doesn't have a 250. If he throws something here, and then he's got to have a really low count.
Oh, almost cherried that.
I think another fin shuts him out, though, right?
Yeah,
it shuts him out by 2.
Right?
Let's throw a 3-pin and make it interesting. Come on, Cummings.
He didn't have him shut out in frame 7, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, I don't know you are out to lunch.
Oh, you're smoking the good stuff out in BC, buddy. Well, that's a great finish for him.
Oh, yeah, 7 to 10. I mean, doesn't get much better than that, really.
Here we go, Sean. Here's the original comment. Steve wins in 7, game 1.
Well, I'm pretty sure Dale had more than 153.
Yeah, he was only down 2 pins.
But he can be right about game 2 if he.
Oh, there's the
strikes out
chopped
high.
cherry they were talking on and on about on those broadcasts.
Yeah.
See, right here, right there, I would just try to throw a really good shot at that corner, just, have a good feeling going to the next game. But hey, to each their own.
All right. So they both got off to a pretty slow start, but they both found it at the end.
I'm going to go make sure that they're jumping back in here. Hold on 2 seconds.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that first shot in 10 from Steve. You could just see like perfect release with the slide, hand like follow through right to the pocket, just that little bit of movement, just boom, just nailed it. Oh, no mid game interviews here. He's going right.
Want to go right? Steve wants to go right at it.
Smokes, Steve.
Oh, you got pulled off the lane.
Sorry, I don't want to get fined.
Wouldn't that be the power to find these guys if they step out of line? Oh man.
Well, he is a Seahawks fan. And he almost Marshawn Lynched it there. I'm just here because I didn't want to get fined.
Go Hawks.
Well,
wow.
You guys didn't get off to the fastest start. That's
yeah.
We're warming up. Still warming up.
Bring down the ratings there on that one. That was terrible.
Hey, no worries. You guys both found it at the end there. Darrell, you just kind of ran into a head pin issue, but Steve, you put some strikes together there, made a gap, and EB called it in 7, but you weren't up by that much in frame 7. So
that's my boy. EB's always
has a fan.
EB's always got my back.
What? He's got a fan?
Shake and bake.
Wow. Oh well.
So DB, what's your plan going into game 2? You're down 1 point. You need to win this next game.
Thanks, bud. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, let's play better. Probably start with hitting the middle a little bit better on the first ball. Right? That was terrible the first couple of frames, but that just put me behind.
Ball.
And just, yeah, exactly.
Second ball too, you know what I mean?
Second ball, yeah, and maybe sometimes the third ball.
It looked like you found a rhythm in there. You threw a double, and those are 2 like absolute bombs out of your hand. And you look confident shooting it.
Yeah,
just gotta stick with it.
Yeah, it's a rhythm. You just gotta get 2 or 3 in a row. But Steve, that's when he shoots 2 or 3 in a row. It's tough, right? He's a shooter too. Let's talk about Steve a little bit. Let's build him up.
Let's talk about you, Darrell.
Well, here's a question. Between the 2 of you, who's going to stiffen up more between these games if this interview goes long?
Oh, definitely me. Definitely me.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Yeah. Better pattern. Yeah. Oh no.
Right.
Steve Cummings. I mean, he's had perfect games. He's won tournaments. He's a shooter. That's why I mean, he was in the tour finals. We gotta. I'm happy for get him in a role. Then he can take on the kid too. So
hey, Darrell, you're not the interviewer anymore. You're more supposed to be the competitor. Maybe put him under the bus a little bit.
Thanks for the invite, Darrell.
Yeah, you're welcome. I knew you were feeling bad about yourself a little bit. First round lost and all this stuff. So I was like, let's bring Steve out to this thing. Maybe give him a chance at something different.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, we'll let you get back into the action here. And DB, all we gotta say is you better step it up.
Yeah.
And Steve will keep stepping on your neck if you don't. So
yeah.
Later.
All right.
Good luck.
Guys, good luck.
Were they literally standing right beside each other?
Yes.
So
That's awkward.
So how you feeling about your $10, Brett?
I mean,
it's amazing that you can pick a bet every week and be wrong every week.
Yeah, I guess it's extraordinary in the wrongest of ways.
Do you? Oh, that's a good shot. Good roll on that. Do you do sports betting?
I will bet on the Super Bowl.
That's about it.
Yeah, which I did very well last year. I think I won like 4 prop bets in the final score or whatever. But yeah, it was fun.
Good shot.
I mean, any shirt, Victor, is more exciting than what Darrell's rocking right there.
Thanks, Vic. I put a lot of thought into putting up those shirts.
Yeah, those shirts are getting awfully dusty.
I dust regularly.
Yeah, maybe your shirts, but not off your game.
I think the number one ranked bowler is calling you out for recency.
Yeah, well.
What have you done for me lately? Oh, that got awkward.
Yeah. I got nothing to say about that. Let's get back to the bowling here.
That shot, it looked like he just came a little inside out on his follow through a little bit more than normal. He's got to make sure that he gets that follow through right out in front of him because he does have that little bit of a loop in his backswing. Mm-hmm. So it looked like he didn't quite finish that shot and it goes straight left.
He plays such a tight line that if he's not square and his release isn't the same every time, then he can kind of go left and then feel like he needs to do this and then he'll go a little bit right. But again, one of those guys that if he gets locked in, that he can throw a bunch in a row.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't want to open a door this wide for a guy like Steve.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the bombs he's thrown.
Not going to run away quite yet.
Yeah.
That's tough too because Darrell missed those 2 corner spares in the first game, finally picks one, and then misses the middle, right? So
yeah. Needs a little confidence, needs to get the ball rolling. Everybody's been kind of saying, DB relies on that roll, right? He hits anywhere on the middle, usually it's really good. So
yeah, once he gets that rhythm going, he's really tough to beat.
do you guys think that you can kind of manufacture some confidence in warm-up or practice beforehand?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you can get that good feeling from warm-up?
I'm not going to speak for everybody, but for me, I spend a lot of my time, especially going into different centers and whatnot, just working on finding something that's going to give me room for error. And if I find something like, I'm throwing warm-up balls and, I switch a set of balls to something a little bit different and then I start getting crackers, then all of a sudden, confidence goes through the roof because I could feel like I could throw the ball anywhere and not worry about it. So then the freewheeling sort of comes with it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think working at things in your practice in your warm-up can absolutely fuel it into your actual match.
Well, I mean, that shot Steve just threw has to be a big confidence builder.
Push.
Ooh, big push.
There you go.
That's
the roll you're talking about. That's the
absolutely
for sure. I mean, if you get to the point when you're warming up and you're throwing and your B ball, not even your B plus ball, has a 80% plus chance of being a strike when you hit. I mean, you're going to be in a really good spot.
Oh, that's exactly it. You just feel like you can just go up there, throw the ball, not worry about it, move on to the next frame.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what you're trying to do is just find that room for error so that you could throw it wherever.
You don't have to be perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so DB's going to need something here because I don't see Steve slowing up unless Steve runs into head pin problems, but DB's going to have to find the side of the middle a little bit more.
Yeah, considering Steve hasn't had a corner or a chop yet, right? It's either been a strike or a head pin when he hits.
Yeah, I think he had the one chop, but yeah, it's been strike or miss. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when you're bowling against a guy like that, you gotta hope he gets a little bit too thick.
Yeah. Right, Rylan?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought your charger for this interview. Hey, great shot, Steve. So
absolute bomb to the right pocket.
Yeah.
Have you? I know you're a pretty young guy, Rylan. Have you gotten into the head games part of it at all? Have you thought about the stuff other than throwing the ball when you're out at tournaments or playing match play?
I've definitely tried reading those mental toughness books, but it's just not for me. I can't be one of those bowlers that focuses on bowling. I prefer to talk to my buddies or whatever while I'm bowling. It just keeps me looser and tend to throw better.
Really hard to believe, guys?
Well, maybe my
many
buddies
words.
talk to me.
In all honesty, Rylan in real life is super funny. But
ain't real
also,
life.
yeah, this isn't real life. He's super funny and he's super chatty, but he has to be around the right people. But
Speaking of the match here, Darrell clinging on here. I mean, if he doesn't throw a strike or even a spare in 5, he's pretty much the prediction from game 1. That's a good shot.
Yeah, those are 2 really good shots.
If that wasn't a strike, I would have taken my shoes off, stormed right into wherever the hell Dexter's sitting right now, and punch him in the back of the head. If that wasn't a strike.
I'm staring at the door, so you're not going to be sneaky, and I don't see you being fast.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I'm pretty quick for a guy my size.
You know what? You're actually pretty agile, too. I saw a really interesting video of you and Mr. Dwayne Gallardi there.
Oh, are you talking about that?
It might have been a lap dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to take that off your nighttime rotation immediately. I feel disgusted. That's why my hair stands up some nights.
Dude, that's
Someone somewhere in Canada is watching a video of me.
That's my weight loss program, man. I watch it, I throw up, I go to sleep.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Darrell has a little bit of life here now. DB opened up. So, sorry, Steve opened up in 6.
Yeah, Darrell throws the double here. I could put him at 166 and 6. So actually gives him the lead. So a little bit of pressure on Steve here to make sure to throw a good shot here and force Darrell to throw a couple good shots coming up.
I think so. Let's see what Steve does here.
Bomb.
Great shot.
You know, I think about a situation like that. Let's say Steve goes open there. He punches again or he miss 8 or something. I find that a lot of guys in Darrell's situation where it's like I can get the game back here, sometimes they go up a little bit too fast just to kind of, try to put that foot on the throat. Have you guys seen that from some people?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a really good shot from Darrell. Yeah, I guess the key is, it's just like any other shot. You just got to make sure you focus on execution. You can be excited to get up there, but you got to make sure that your focus is in the right spot. You don't want to be looking up to try to see if you're getting that strike.
Do you guys know anybody who absolutely will not look at the scoreboard?
Yeah, a few people.
I have no idea.
Ooh, great shots.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know of anybody, but obviously Dexter does, but he doesn't want to let us in the loop, or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went out to Dawson Creek this weekend and did some bowling there, and there was definitely a few people there that were like, yeah, no, I never look at the score. Didn't have a clue that they were even in it or whatever. So it's interesting, but I understand.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Well, this has swayed severely into DB's hands. These are big pins here for Steve.
Yeah. You can't just let DB think he has it, because obviously DB's a freewheeler, so once he gets going, it's tough to stop him. So
Totally.
Oh, you know what? I just want to say earlier, I was talking crap about Darrell's shirt. I just want to say the BPG guys, you guys do good work. It's just that shirt I don't like.
It's like
the saving grace from Old Man Johnstone, or what?
You know what? Listen, I'll tell you a story. So I ordered a shirt from them. Johnstone and I go back and forth for a week about the design. I get my shirt because I don't know if it was in Edmonton or Regina or wherever I picked it up, but I wanted Hendo on the collar. Okay. And it was in the design, but when I got my shirt, it didn't have it on it. And I might still be bitter years later. That might be why I'm raging about Darrell's shirt so much.
That's an important shot for Steve. Yeah. I had a similar thing. I got a new shirt and a new Italia shirt for Regina this year and cast tournaments going forward. But I wanted there's my favorite song of all time, "The Black Parade" by My Chemical Romance. I had a song quote that I wanted under the collar just for me, and it got put on the collar, and I was like, "Ooh,
nice shot, Darrell."
But
Jinx. I'll tell you what, they say Welcome to the Black Parade is the Bohemian Rhapsody of our generation.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. Totally agree.
So the whitest song ever is what you're saying.
All right, so Steve can finish with 283, meaning there we go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter now.
Oh,
Wow, those
We're
are
going
great
to a
spots.
roll off. Sweet.
All right, so who's going to get to throw first? High total? High total?
Yeah, I think they rock, paper, scissors to see who went first, so they can decide what they want to do.
All right.
I'm good with total, but
you should go votes in the comments.
yeah, here we go. Hey,
First, seven
Yeah.
people to comment gets to pick who throws first or who gets choice.
yeah, vote in the chat. Who's throwing the first ball?
But vote
Yeah.
quick. Vote quick. Here we go.
Go quick.
Get him in.
You got to go Steve or you got to go Darrell. Well, there's one for Steve.
Oh, we gained a minute. We gained a minute.
1-1. Here we go. Oh no, we got what? Two for
This
Steve.
tango. All right. All right. Take your time on the tango. Oh, look at Tim run. Baywatch.
Baywatch. More like Nutcracker, Christmas time, ballerina style.
Well,
Grace.
that's four.
We got 4 for Steve already.
All right.
We got 2 for DB. Oh yeah, so Steve is the there it is.
So Steve gets to decide.
Okay.
Can you clip that Tim running? Can you make that a YouTube clip or something and throw it up on the
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Let's see if he runs back though. He's probably going to walk around to the other side so we don't get to see him.
Well, I'm glad everybody was throwing the votes in, but
Tim is not quick at fixing tangles either. Wow.
oh, look at this guy.
Oh, look at that.
How loose
form.
those grits are. Look at how loose those grits are.
That was all ball season, guys. He's been practicing.
Man. Proud of him.
That's a good cracker. All right, I'll get them back in, and then so Steve gets choice.
Yeah, Steve gets choice.
He won
All
the
right.
vote.
All right.
Then you had the one person in the comments, Chelsea, saying, stick with the total. Total traditionalist, eh? Why change it now?
Like it.
Yeah, get the crowd involved here.
Alrighty. So we'll wait for them to come in. And I'm sure Dexter's going to deliver that news before we get to. So
I guess momentum-wise, you got to like DB. He was definitely throwing better by the end there, right? And
yeah, I would agree with that. That's a great comment, Palmer. I like it. All right, DB. Great showing there, bud.
yeah, way to prove every single person watching.
Yeah, I'm sure. Every single one. I must have an EB fan out there somewhere. Right?
There was a few DBs in the chat.
Johnstone better be my fan because he works for me, so you better be cheering for me, bud. Right? Thank fucking God. All I gotta
Does
say
he
is
even know how
thank
to use a
fucking God.
computer?
Oh my God.
There's a Shauna Perry sighting. She's cheering for you.
Oh, thanks, Shauna. You're sweet. Yeah.
All right. So the chat decided that Steve gets to decide who throws the first ball in the roll-off.
Oh,
Wow.
Cummings Nation voted for you.
Yeah.
all right.
1-0.
I'll throw first.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, good luck, guys. And this is for the chance to play Rylan. So
All right. One ball.
One ball.
Good luck, boys.
All right.
Good luck. Kind of exciting. You got 1,000 cents on this little ball for ball here, eh?
Yeah, that's right. 1,000 pennies. They don't even make them anymore.
Still legal tender, but you don't have to accept it. I think we're going to see a real nice shot here. That follow through right to the pocket. 2 boards of movement. Bomb. He just looked like he had the eye of the tiger in the interview.
That's a little unstable at the line, but bomb anyways.
Yeah. Hey, if 99% of what you do is good, Screw that last 1%.
All right, Darrell, here we go.
Charles Hahn, Darrell, I love you, man, and completely butchered his spelling of his name.
Yeah, it's on his shirt, man.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
baby!
Big push.
Oh.
There you go.
Wow.
And we continue.
Wow. Whew, I thought I just threw another purple one down the drain there.
Oh, they may not know that they get to keep on throwing.
What, did they both move on, they think? What's going on here?
Three-way deathmatch. They don't know what to do.
Are they just wandering around
It's
the
a
bowling alley?
roll-off. Keep going.
Are they wandering outside of their little cohort there? They're like, guys, we both threw strikes.
Allison, it's up to them. Whatever they want to do.
I mean, why change now, right?
That's right.
Just keep machining that thing.
Another good one.
Oh,
Wow.
way more solid at the line too. That's awesome.
Looked like he put it down a little bit more there. So, I mean, as long as he's doing 6 out of 7 things right, he's usually looks like he's good to go.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
Darrell has to
Rylan,
answer
right?
again.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go.
Roll on that shot too.
Can we please have 12 carryovers? That'd be unbelievable. I mean,
See?
not good for time.
These guys do know how to play. Unreal.
Had to wait for the third component, but
Yeah, all the pressure. That's what it was.
every strike they throw, Rylan's getting like a Vietnam flashback of just seeing other people throwing strikes. Left pocket.
Another good one.
Nice.
Left pocket this time.
And a little smirk.
Little smirk, little shimmy.
I think if Darrell throws this one, I think he should throw the next one.
You think they should switch or what?
Yeah.
Oh!
Dang.
Wow.
I just puckered up right there.
Wow, that was a great match.
Steve with the win.
That's true, Palmer. It's got a 9 p.m. curfew, eh?
What? I'm 18.
So 9:30.
And there's no
Oh,
school
wow.
tomorrow. I got nothing to do.
Man, I didn't even go to school.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that was awesome to watch.
That was great. That was great. Some nice thick hits, some good carry, and then just gets roasted on that last one.
Well, guys, that was exciting roll-off.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, fun. Little rule challenge here, though. DB. Yeah. What do you think it's going to be?
Do you get to pick the second round?
Yeah. No. Why does Steve get to keep throwing the first ball?
Come on. You lost fair and square.
Oh no.
Let it go.
Gotta
Crap.
raise an issue. You know, I
Crap.
gotta point out the
The
flaws where they are.
the people voted.
Yeah, the people thirsted for the first ball, not for every ball. I don't know. We got a debate point there. I don't know.
Come on, lose us some grace. Lose us some class. Come on.
Yeah. No, no, I'm not conceding. I don't concede. Yeah,
I didn't realize Weber was on this.
yeah, I don't concede. Yeah.
Back behind the mic. Back behind the mic.
Yeah, see you later. Yeah.
First ultimate or universal championship controversy here?
Yeah, I don't agree with that rule, but that's fine. You guys, you know,
Should
the
we
rules.
put an asterisk beside it for you?
For sure. Yeah.
You know what, Charles? Stop spelling his name wrong. It was on his shirt. I'm
Yeah.
getting fired up.
No, it was fun though. After it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, glad we can make a show of it at least anyway. So
Yeah, no,
Much better than the first 4 frames.
yeah,
yeah, it was a great match, and you guys threw a lot of strikes when you guys needed to, so that was awesome.
Well, Rylan, you probably should get out there and throw some practice, or else you're going to be pretty rusty.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys.
I'm ready to go. Let's just start now.
I'll tell you what, Darrell, your Amish score would have been really good. Your 15 frame score was getting up there.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Right, there's something to take out of it. Right. Thanks, Andy. Whatever. We'll do this again. I'm in. Sign me up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll give you guys a few minutes there to warm up, Steve. And Darrell, you're more than welcome to join us to commentate.
Hey, back where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what he's waiting for.
Or get your minivan home. It's completely up to you.
No, I think Tim's bringing me a new beer. So.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well,
talk to you in a bit.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, eh?
All right. It seems so awkward with those two guys standing right beside each other. You kind of want to say something to the other guy, and the other guy's listening in on it. I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of they're glancing over at each other as they're talking.
Screw it. Just trash talk them right to their face. It's fine.
The next thing you know, you just see a fist coming in from the side.
The people's elbow.
Oh, man. That's a tough one for Darrell there, because he really started going. If it was a 3-game match, I think he had a really good shot at taking that momentum, and because it's not like he lost on a head pin or a miss or whatever. It was a really good shot that he got tapped on. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that was him shooting for, like, that corner would have been his 9th straight strike or something. Close to that.
Yeah, pretty close. I think he had a spare in the 10th frame. Husband-wife challenge, eh?
Like against each other? I like it. I like that. But Kelsey will literally throw elbows.
Poor Brad.
I mean, hey, that's a good topic of discussion. What, like, couples you look out there, don't have to be married, but I would say long term, nothing new. But if you have couples, there's some pretty good bowling couples out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Again, to the bowling being a family game, right? You get into it, your spouse gets into it. It's just once you're in, you're in. Once you start liking 5-pin bowling, you're gonna do it for life. But definitely Kelsey and Brad, like that's a
good one. Lennon, Tracy, and Seth.
Oh yeah.
Jen and Kevin Clark.
Oh yeah.
I would say Tracy Smith and Curtis Kaplan, but Kaplan doesn't play more. But Tracy's so good she can carry him. So
pretty well, yeah.
No, there's tons out there, and they're obviously really good. What is going on here? Dax and Carey make a good couple. Good job, Palmer. Out of the blue. I like you.
I'm the one that carries that relationship too.
Wow, number one. Hey, be your life.
I can't. I bowl them on Thursdays. Hey, my whole job is to trash talk them.
You get to pick. You get to pick this match. I'm not picking.
All right, $10 again.
Whatever, man. Just pick somebody.
I don't know how much it's going to cost them later.
I'll go with Steve.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair.
So while we got a minute here, and we have some viewers and whatnot, I had Tom Patterson reached out and asked me, and I don't know if he wants me to do this a podcast, but I'm going to do it now anyways. His book is obviously coming out here. It will be initially released, I believe, as a PDF, if I remember right. But he's wondering if there's any interest in being able to, obviously purchase the book as a whole, or just purchase chapters of the book as well. So leave your comments. Let us know if there's any interest in that, and that way I can get back to Tom.
Well, there you go. Let's bring DB in here. Hey, DB.
Hi, guys. I'm going to keep it real quiet. I'm just going to sit in the corner over here and I'm just going to watch these guys play.
They're right behind him, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just because
Oh my God, it's Timothy freaking Wiseman.
Yeah, doing the
There's a
announcements.
Tim
Yeah.
voting.
I can probably get most of these people are coming in.
What was it?
But
Oh, because you're watching online, whereas I'm watching on the stream.
All right, so we're gonna get this match started right at
I'll let you guys
8
know.
o'clock, so
My
in
next
5
shift
minutes.
starts at 8. Someone there's just almost all here. I'll probably do my announcement.
Okay. We're getting double inception here.
There's a lot of stuff going on at Sherwood tonight, it seems.
Yeah, it's league night.
Busy.
Oh, yeah.
place.
We our streaker is back, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, they're going to do announcements here at 8 o'clock for the next league, and then they'll get going on this match. So they can keep warming up and Rylan keep doing this thing. So
Sure. So
Yeah.
when that happens, DB, I'll mute you so I don't have Tim ramble on for another league
yes,
night.
yeah, when you hear it. Yeah. Don't you notice though when Tim's always on the microphone, he'll say, "All right, everybody, we'll get you to hold up your."
I'll get you to hold up so we can put
no.
you into your.
He does good, but it's always like,
Practice.
all right.
It's like
everybody.
how do you forget the word for practice every time you do this?
You need to write him a script.
Yes, he does good in the script. But he still gives the opening. All right, everybody. Yeah, right.
Sir.
Wow, that was a fun match, boys.
Yeah, you're definitely throwing bombs there in
Wow.
the last half of that game, and then
The
in the
first-
roll-off.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to come and do and be able to shoot. It's different playing in a match play. Like I don't know when the last time is I played in aside from our Sunday night match play leagues, like with the cameras and that, and sure, nerves, 100%, right? The first 2 frames were terrible. We just pitched them way right, and then you just got to settle in, and when you get 1, you get 2, you try to get that rhythm, and once you can get her going, I think we're good. But fuck, if it's not there, it's demoralizing a bit, right? Kind of like, oh shit. You let those negative thoughts sink in. I mean, we've all been there. We've all done that.
Yep.
Right? All of a sudden, you're like, Jesus, why am I here? What did I do? What did I sign up for? Go back to commentating, right? But you just have to shove those thoughts aside and you do it, and then try to go throw a couple, right? And that's the beauty of 2 frames at a time. Throwing a double is huge.
Yeah, I mean, you got a grip on it pretty quick.
Yeah.
You turned it up quite a bit. Allison here, she is so deep into what's going on right now.
Yeah, she's right next to us.
Commentators beside, and then the match in front, and then it's too much. I get it.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good match. These 2 guys are gonna be a good match, right?
I mean, Rylan's just thrown like 14 out of 16 strikes here.
He's
He's the most charismatic champion we've ever had.
Sorry, I was
burping.
burping. What did you say? He is or he isn't?
He is the most charismatic champion we've ever had. If I want to watch a sit-down interview for 10 minutes with the personalities of 5 people, you bet your bottom dollar I want to see Rylan Willier there.
Sign me up. Yeah.
So I know Sean Eby asked what this format for this match is. So it's a 3-game total pinfall match, but if you win the game, you get an extra 25 pins.
Is that what they're doing? I thought they were doing the same thing that we just did as far as the single. No. Rylan changed it on us, eh? Did he pull a veteran move and changed format halfway through?
No, he's going
like
with
the
the
format.
Tit Kat. He's going with the Tit Kat format.
So when he said the same format, he was replying regarding last week's. Gotcha. So 3-game pinfall, 3 games total pinfall, or sorry, each match a bonus 25.
That's right, but total pinfall in the end.
Total pinfall. You could win 1 game and win.
Oh,
if you smash him, right?
I like it. Yeah. So you win a game, you get a bonus 25.
Yeah.
And it's total pinfall. So you're looking at 1,000 to win type of thing. What were the scores in the last game? Oh, Tim's on. Mute me.
Wasn't 1,000. Wasn't 1,000.
I kind of want to hear those announcements.
You can still hear us though.
They're supposed to be. Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, has anybody won all 3 matches? Usually, the person that loses takes 1.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I think it's been split 2-1 pretty much every 3-game one we've seen.
But with the plus 50 and guys are chucking pretty good, I'm sure there's been a couple over 900.
It's plus 25. It feels so good saying that.
Okay, what I'm saying is if they win 2 matches, they get plus 50. So if they're throwing 850, it's a 900, Dexter. Oh my God. I'm so sick of you, man. You're upsetting me.
It looks like you're about to smash a controller over there.
I would. If this was a video game, I would toss my controller down and I would never use Dexter Wiseman as a character again. I would say that's it. I'm sick of this guy.
We need a 5-pin bowlers like video game.
Yeah.
We need that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. You'd have to do like between games, you'd have mini games in the bar trying to see how how well you hold up, or well, Dexter walks up to you and offers you 2 drinks. Do you take them? Yes. You get like +5 charisma, and then no, you get like +5 concentration or something. Just make an RPG out of it.
Turns out those drinks were roofies and you're done.
So DB, just give me a thumbs up when Tim is done babbling, and then we'll unmute you and bring you back into the conversation.
I can tell you too. I can hear every damn word he's saying.
Okay, perfect.
It drives me crazy. I hear this stuff way too much.
I'll tell you what, Allison, you'd be surprised. Carrie is actually the guy who carries the comedy in this grouping, because everything he says is gold. He doesn't say much, but when he slides something in there, it cuts like the sharpest knife out there.
Like I always told Weber, it's about
Yeah. Yo, wow.
It's quality. Hey, here we go, Brett.
It's too late.
Quality over quantity. Always the way it goes.
Right.
See, I'm the opposite, man. I'm throwing as much spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks. That's my thing, man. I'll tell you what, Adam Weber, one of the biggest heroes of my lifetime. I'm looking for a place seat in Calgary. Again, been there twice, made the cut both times. Only place, Paradise. I don't know why my ball works so well there. Anyway, he's like, got to go to the Cattle Baron. I said, Cattle Baron? What's that? He's like, it's a steak place. Unbelievable. And we went. It was awesome. It was the greatest recommendation I've ever had in my life.
Weber clearly doesn't like us, Dex, because I've never heard this recommendation before.
No.
What the Cattle Baron, and I had an unbelievable supper. Yeah.
It's a really random story, but I appreciate it. Okay, they are done. They are done announcements.
Oh, yeah,
there's the thumbs up.
And if anybody from the Cattle Baron is watching, if you want to slide me a gift certificate for such a glowing review, I'll take it.
Just one gift certificate thrown his way.
Yeah.
And I guess while we're at it, we had.
Or does Rylan choose?
We had. Rylan gets to choose. But we'll get Rai and Steve in here, right?
Yeah, if they want to. Rylan's not going to say anything. If Steve wants to say something, he can come in.
Can we just ask Rylan all the questions?
Oh, wait, we want you in this. Yeah, you guys are supposed to come in. You guys want them in on the show?
Sure.
Want me to go like this? Want me to go like this? Here.
Yeah, that works.
Can't hear him.
Oh, yeah, he can't hear us.
We're asking Rylan all the questions.
Wow, you're going to have to ask Rylan about... Rylan got the choice to go first, or got the choice to choice, and you have to ask him what he chose to do.
Okay,
Hendrik's going to love this.
Did he choose to go home?
No, ask him. Ask him.
There's some really good banter going on down here. He really talks a lot.
Yeah.
Where is this Rylan kid? Come on.
Yeah,
Rylan.
he's coming. He's went for a walk. Stretch things out. Yeah.
So, Steve, are you ready for this match? Are you ready to take on this giant that decides to throw 5-inch bowling balls?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I take credit though for that. I told him in Sunday match play, I was looking forward to playing this because in Sunday match play, I beat him 2 games. And his timing was off and it wasn't good. And I was like, I don't think your balls are big enough, so you need bigger balls. So he went and got some 5 inches. Yeah. Fast move. There you go.
Hey, Rylan.
So you ready to go?
No, we're going to ask you some questions.
First question: can you breathe with your shirt, your collar, so it's right up against your throat there?
Oh, it's always like that. I don't know. Comfortable,
It's like
I
a
guess.
choker.
So
Nothing for me.
Covering up that big puff of chest hair that he'd have if he didn't have it buttoned.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like a Brillo pad.
So as defending champion, Rylan, you get to decide who's throwing first.
I already gave Steve the choice. I don't know. To me, whoever
He
starts
just
doesn't
gave
really
it
matter.
away.
Yeah,
he gave the
his
choice
choice
away.
was to give me the choice.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, what's your choice then? Are you going to give it
I
back?
guess I'm going first.
Okay.
You can be here all night.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Rylan, do you think winning last week and taking down Bradley gives you an edge? I mean, you took down a guy that was champion for 5 weeks.
It's definitely a bit of a confidence booster because Bradley is a really good player, but new week, new opponents.
You think
See what
Steve
happens.
isn't a good player?
No. What?
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't judge tone. That's my bad.
Is Rylan trash talking me back there?
No, I swear I'm not.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah,
Sure does.
No, good luck, guys. Have a good match.
Little perseverance for our
I'm
champion.
the
Good
nicest
luck,
guy
guys.
here.
All right, have a good match.
All right, guys.
See? That's how you soak the fires, baby. Let's go.
Wow, we might have to ask TB to go sit in the back. We're getting lots of feedback here.
Oh yeah.
Give him
Or I can mute you. Or you can mute yourself, and when you want to talk, just unmute yourself and then blab away.
I can't even imagine what Allison's going through. Sitting there with you're really
I like
doing
it. I'll go on mute. Talk to you in a bit.
Just when you want to pipe in, just unmute yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Simple as that.
No,
All right, so Steve's going to take the honors because Rylan is so nice and gave him the decision.
yeah, that's
You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know, if you really don't care, go ahead and give it to somebody else. You know, a little good karma. You know,
make
Yeah.
them think that they're
I'm confident. I don't give a crap who
Mhm.
goes first.
yeah.
Or it gives the other guy, I get to decide what the pace of this game is going to be.
Yeah.
When it's 1-on-1, though, I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty hard to.
yeah. There's only a few people that can really screw that pace up.
Man, that's a really nice Manhattan ball that Rylan's been throwing here.
Yeah, I hear you're getting 10% of the winnings.
Yeah, for the rest of his life, actually. It's pretty good commission sale.
What do you guys do when you have choice in match play in this 3-game format? What do you guys usually do?
3-game, I usually want to throw first.
Yeah. You want to be the guy in the 30th frame to have to throw 30 to win the whole thing?
I just like getting out to, I guess, an early start. It's 3 games. If you can put on the pressure early, I think I get a little bit of an edge.
Don't you think by finishing first that you get the pressure going a little bit quicker that way, though? Or are you just saying that first ball, you think you can dictate the match with that first ball?
Yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with it.
Okay.
For myself, anyways.
See, and for me, 3-game match, any individual matches, I like to go second. Whether it's a 1-game match or a 3-game match, I like to go second. A lot of people talk about wanting to just, be the guy to throw the strike when you need to and know that you can throw that strike when you need to. But I think that, even if you finish first and the other guy has to finish last, you still have to throw those strikes in that spot. But I'd rather be the guy to put the pressure on the other person to have to throw those strikes than to sit there and be the person to have to throw them, So that's just me. But if I'm in the open or anything like that, I like to play first, and I like to be the first guy up on the lanes and set the tone.
Yeah. I forget who it was. It was a legend. It was either Karen or Jeff. I want to say it was Karen said, I like to let the other person go first because then I finish and I just want to have them beat by the time they go up in the 10th frame.
Yep.
I was like, oh, yeah, I like that too.
That's obviously a best case scenario, but I always like to have the chance to win, right? So the chance to finish, if I'm still tight in the game, I have enough faith. Well, I used to have enough faith in my bowling that I could throw the shot when I needed to. Maybe now I might be the other way, but back in the day, I always wanted to be the guy to throw the shot to win.
People's Champ is asking, what's the format? Let me tell you something, Evan. Rylan went boring and just decided I'm just going to keep status quo, not do anything exciting. So it's still the 3 game with the plus 25 for each win.
Yeah, I may not be fast in normal life, Vic, but I'm fast in bowling.
Hey, Vic, it's Brad Wilton is the exact same. You almost have to body check him to get up there first.
I think if I actually let somebody go up first, it would really screw him up.
Yeah, I remember I was bowling in the Open in 2015 at Nebs, and I bowled leadoff the entire time. And when we would bowl BC, I don't know, I think it might have been Gary. And he would, when we would do the transition from lane to lane, you know how one's supposed to go in front, one's supposed to go in the back. Well, he was fighting to like go ahead of me and grab his ball and throw before me.
Yeah.
So he's going against traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that move. It still doesn't work against me.
I think it was in Winnipeg that it was in Surrey when Mitch Davies cut me off at Cloverdale to get up on the lane first. Like literally cut off. What is your deal, man?
I would love that. Well, so they came out to basically an identical start here. Good for 2 first balls. Well, at least I wasn't on a count. So pick his wood and move on.
So Charles asked, on a 5-person team, what position we prefer, and if you could pick the best player of all time in the spots 1 to 5. That's tough. That would take a really long time to talk about. But in terms of position, Carrie, what do you like? What do you like to bowl the best?
Lead
off, eh?
Always been lead off, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm lead too. I love lead. I don't mind anchor or fourth, but I hate waiting, so I love being first. And if I don't know about other positions, but I mean, it's hard to not put Bruce as number 1 at all time for first. I mean, the guy played first all the time, and he was obviously lights out almost all the time. So, that's about the only opinion I have. I can't really say much about fifth because there's always so many clutch people that have played fifth over and over and over. I mean, we talked about Kevin Holdsworth being super clutch with strikes, and Lawrence Faubert super clutch with strikes, and so I can't really pick anywhere else. But you know what? For number 1 for position 1, I'm gonna say Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Great shot by Steve. Good roll.
I'll tell you what, I mean, the only spots where I really think that you need a certain type of personality would be 1, 4, or 5. I think 2 or 3, it's kind of like, the bowling analysts are like, well, first guy, you need to get the team going. So you want a guy who throws a lot of strikes. And then number 2, you need a guy that can handle that momentum and keep calm and spares. And number 3, you need that guy to kind of be the glue in the middle. And then 4, you need the guy that throws the good shot to get number 5 going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
Yeah, I think to myself, like, have you ever gone up and not tried to throw a strike?
Exactly. You're exactly right. Here we are playing in a national tournament or something. All those guys can throw strikes.
We won because we had our lineup in the best order.
No, the best order is the one that flows. The best order is the one where you can actually build off the next person. And that doesn't necessarily mean anybody's in a specific spot. It's just, what starts flowing for you guys more than anything.
It's a big 30 here. He's missed a couple, hey? So he's, 4 for 6 hitting the middle?
Yeah.
Steve, for the first time today. Was that his first miss in 4 there? I didn't think he had missed.
Yeah, he did, because he had the one where he pulled left. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not.
Yes, he went outside 3-pin.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
It's still close, right? Nobody's running away with anything in the
Yep.
first 5 frames.
Yeah, you miss on the frame after a strike, you get that 30. I mean, I would say no damage done, as long as you can shake off the miss. Nice
That's a
shot.
great shot.
Yeah, you think you absolutely need a rah guy in the first spot, eh? But I don't know. Like I get fired up, but I'm not like a let's go guys kind of number one. You know, like it's more. I'll throw a fist pump and give a couple hard high fives, but.
No, here's an interesting question too, to kind of go with the 1 to 5 position. And this isn't me trying to like toot my own horn, but Allison gave me one of the Allison specifically gave me one of the strangest but nicest compliments I've ever had, and that was she told me that I was the best bench player she's ever seen. So, but
wait a minute. I thought Tim was.
Oh no, I mean Tim's good at sitting on the bench.
Oh, I gotcha.
but I think that actually raises a really good point too. I think the bench position is just as crucial as any other position. You can't have a guy that gets pulled and sits there and is super negative or pouty or isn't playing, so he's pissed off and he's not in the pit and he's not around. And I think the bench position is equally as important as the others for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And Allison, I know, and honestly, it stuck with me, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you.
Well, my only experience with the Open, because I wasn't used to the bench, right? And when I won the cities and I made the All-Star team at Provincial, so I was playing really well. Then we get to Nationals, and I get benched because I didn't get benched at Provincials. I get benched for the first time, I think, in the third game, and I was fired up. I was like, this sucks. I like the bowl. And Jeff Bourne says, hey, if you're going to go pout, sit in the back where we can't see you. And I was like, okay, Jeff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But lesson learned real quick, right?
Oh yeah. I just I'm not a pouty guy. I was bowling bad. I had the couple punches in like 40 and 3 or whatever, and then they let him in for the last ball in the third frame just to throw one before he gets his full frame. And I came up a little fired up, right? If you're not, then do you really care? But I mean, great piece of advice. Like if you're gonna be a black hole, go like suck up the energy in the back.
Wow,
Don't
great shot.
Don't get the energy up front here.
You're absolutely right, because it literally drags it out of everybody else. There's so much energy involved with a game, and there's so much energy that goes into even throwing all your shot and being invested in everybody else's shot, that you can't have somebody pulling that energy away from the game at hand. So yeah, you're absolutely right there. That's a huge shot by Steve. He throws this one here, he could take a commanding lead of this match already.
Yeah.
Should we say foot on the throat? I think Allison.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he steps down.
Those are absolute bombs, and he looks super solid and confident doing it. Those are, yeah.
Okay, Rylan's got to make sure he minimizes the damage here. You don't want to let Steve get ahead by 150, 160 after one.
You think 30-30 here would be a good confidence boost? Like it would be all right to go 30-30?
Yeah, I would have been happy with that.
Yeah.
He just
15-45.
His first 2 shots looked super confident, and these last ones, I mean, punches and misses are almost the same sort of thing where you're just placing it a little, right? And he looks like he's just pulling out of his shot a little, trying to see what he's getting ahead of time because he doesn't trust it at all. And yeah, he needs to stick with it and trust it and know that shot's gonna be a strike. Otherwise, Steve's gonna pile on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to at least get a 208 here. You want to be over the hump, possibly not lose by 100, right?
Yeah.
But Charles, what kind of player makes a good 2 or 3? See, that's the thing though, right? Like you talk to some people and they say, "Oh, that's where you put your weakest bowler." But then I think about it. I mean, a 385 in the third spot is just as good for your total as a 385 at anchor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Would you argue that you're hiding somebody in the 2-3 spot? Like they don't have a role? I don't get it. I don't believe in the lineup thing. The flow, of course, right? If you got guy A going into guy B, going into guy C, D, E, like, and everybody's playing well and everybody's, all over it, right? That gives you that sense of team. Like, yeah, I'm bowling third, but that's my spot, right? I'm the one in the middle, right? And even though it doesn't really mean anything, it means something to you if you're playing well, right?
Yeah, I think 2 and 3 are kind of, they usually call it the buried spots, right? It's where you don't want too much pressure on a couple of the players, and if they can come out and shoot a huge game, that, like Allison said, that's where you get your extra points. They might carry team total for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want them worrying about their match against the other 3-hole player. Just worry about shooting a good score. The rest of the team will do the work, and that's. I think kind of the mindset behind it. It's usually where you put the rookies or the guys with not a lot of experience, just so they don't have to feel that pressure, right?
Yeah, just let them go out and feel comfortable and get a rhythm of things, and then try to throw a million strikes once you do.
I mean, if you want to breathe in and take in a whole heap of confidence, just take a look at Steve's face after throwing these balls. Look at this. Look at his face. That's the guy who's shocking.
Bombs.
So
bombs, boys.
Yeah,
that's
so plus 180 plus the 25, so he's up 205.
You know what my favorite thing about that is that isn't Allison sitting right beside him? Just say nice game, Steve. Yep. Said it in the chat. Tell him.
I feel like
Cindy and Tim
at the moment. Exactly. Yes. Thank you.
Steve, if you didn't hear, Allison says nice game.
Oh, thanks. He's very supportive. He had to go pee in like the 7th frame, so he had to wait.
Well, great game there, Steve. You look ultra confident, and every shot you're releasing is like tons of rotation, and everything's rolling out. And yeah, you look super sharp right now.
Yeah, it felt pretty good, but I know Rylan can throw a ton of strikes too, so I don't want to give up yet. So
there he is.
I know he can throw a lot of strikes.
Totally. Rylan, how you feeling, buddy?
It's whatever. It's only one game.
That's right. Exactly. It is only one game.
What adjustments are you looking at this game?
I don't know. The last 2 frames I tried throwing it harder, but I just got 2 head pins.
Right. Did you happen to notice anything that you were doing that you decided that you should try and throw it a little bit harder, or what was your thought behind that?
I didn't feel like I was being aggressive enough, so if I throw as hard as I can, then I'm forced to be aggressive.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to baby everything if you give it 110%. That's for sure.
Exactly.
So, with that decision, you punched both times. Are you gonna make an adjustment off of trying to throw it harder, or?
No, I was gonna try and keep winging it, I guess.
Palmer says to rub the lemon.
Yeah.
I love these interviews. So Steve, what are you gonna do? I know you obviously finished super strong. Are you got anything in mind that you're gonna make an adjustment, or are you just gonna keep the ball rolling what it's doing?
Yeah, let's just keep doing what I'm doing, just staying relaxed up there and just getting the ball in the lane, and hopefully we can start soon for stiffen up here.
Rylan, see what he's saying? You should be talking a lot more, dragging the interview out.
Go take a leak. I don't know. Do something.
You just see Steve bust out the rub A535, nice big glob, start rubbing it on his back, and
I got DB here giving me massages between frames. So
what at that guy do? What a versatile human being.
He's a great friend.
Yeah. Well, wish you guys all the luck. Play well, and Rylan, take it to him. Don't let that lead discourage you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Good luck, guys.
Listen, I can't figure out if he's tired or somebody just kicked his dog. I can't decide. Is he choked about that first game, or does he really not give a crap?
No, I think he's down a little bit, and he just He wasn't really looking at us in the interview. Obviously he's super young. It is discouraging being down by so much after one game, but he's got to realize he throws a ton of strikes. Just focus back on what you're doing. I don't think throwing the ball harder was the answer.
No,
No, I tend to agree. I mean, it looked like he was pulling out of his shot, like I said, and throwing it harder, pulling out of your shot is just going to make it even more bricky. So, hopefully he finds something here. But you're right, Kerry. I mean, he is young. He does get down on himself a little. That was a much better shot. He was way more solid at the line.
Yeah,
he body language there, right?
Out of that. Yeah.
He just was like, "How's that not a strike? How's that not a strike?"
Yeah.
But he's really good. He's learning the game still. He's learning the mental side of the game, and it's coming along. And the guy's made leaps and bounds. And remember, I mean, here's a bowler who's still in YBC, right?
Yep.
So,
yeah. Evan with the you can only throw it 60 kilometers an hour. It's gonna start getting choppy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, by the way, Evan, congratulations on making Team Canada West for slow pitch for softball there. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, congratulations.
So is that considered necessary work or whatever they call it so you can get across the border? Or what's going to happen there?
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. But, I mean, just being named to the team
that's huge.
is awesome. Yeah, that's crazy. Just considering the amount of people you can pick from, and he's young too, right? It's not like he's a 32-year-old guy who's been grinding the game for 14 plus years. He's still a young guy with lots of years of really competitive ball left. So to get in this young, that's wicked.
Yeah, pretty cool.
But hey, if you ever need a guy to slap a single down the left field line, you let me know. I'll tie cob that shit all day. Choke up on the bat and just slap it down the line. Pinch runner, good. I'm done. That's all I want. One at bat.
So Steve had a little bit of a slow start there, but comes back with a strike. Hey, Rylan, this is where put a little pressure on him.
That's right. Start picking off that 205 lead by just 15 points a frame. You got lots of time. Yeah. There you go. That's a good start.
He puts the finger up right after he throws it. He's like, "That's it." So, yeah. Hopefully this is the start of something. But unfortunately for him, even if he does go corner spare, strike, Steve can just grind him out, throw a 30 here. Clean up a hip in here, throw a double here. So, I mean, he basically threw a 400 at him the first game with the 25, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve definitely put in all the work in the first game to make it to that point, right? That's a huge start, especially when you see the other players struggling.
Ooh, both pockets though, eh?
Yeah, exactly. He can freewheel knowing that this is a 3-game match, but he kind of has an entire game in hand at this point, right? So, so the freewheeling should be there. The only thing is if Rylan brings this match back and brings it back to, within 60, then you start thinking about things a little bit more, right? So you want to keep your foot down a little, but let it freewheel.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think
not get concerned about it either. Don't get concerned about that miss, right? Just spare it up, move on to the next frame. As soon as you start thinking about impressing on your side, that 200 pin advantage disappears.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see it at every tournament.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. It gets to the point where you're like, yeah, you know what, open frame, whatever. But yeah, you don't want to slip too much because a 45 versus a 15, those 30 differences add up pretty quick.
Absolutely, they do.
All right, made sure he got all his wood. Good follow through on that shot. So take that confidence into the fourth frame and don't let Rylan get too much confidence to throw a huge one here, right?
I think even a corner spare or chop spare or something still lets them know, like, I'm gonna get 30s, I'm gonna get 25s, like I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Ooh,
big thick one there. It's I think these matches are really good, especially for people watching that are interested in being in competitive bowling and stuff like that. Even though it's a 3-game match, and like we said, Steve has such a huge advantage already, it's important to stay in the match, not get lackadaisical with it, right?
Mhm.
Well done, Carrie.
I know. I've practiced that word all day.
It's like, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, so Rylan struggled a little bit the first game, but here he is. He has a great start this game, and you know what? He throws this strike, and all of a sudden, he can really feel that momentum rolling.
Did he just walk up from the pit?
No.
No, he just stands way too back. Well, he stands way
6'9". Yeah, it is easy to go into cruise control where it's kind of like, I found that when I started bowling those 3-game matches, made it at Regina and then in Edmonton, I'll usually throw first game. I'll be up by 40 pins and I'll just kind of get slack, like just not keep the edge and just let them creep back in.
Dexter, I don't know if you heard that. He's pumped his own tires a few times here during this
Hey man,
session. Have you?
I only make every like 5th cut, so I like to talk about it. Okay, can a guy pump his own tires every once in a while?
I love it. Another great shot by Rylan.
Absolutely.
Keeping the black marks together.
Well, exactly. So now in the 3rd frame, he's already made up 40 points, right? So that's what you're looking for is just chipping away at that lead. And you know what? He brings his match within under 100 pins. Anything can happen in the last game for sure, especially with that 25-point difference, right? So
I love it, Sean.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but are we talking like a 90 Miata where you're like, you look at it, you're like, is that a nice car? Or is it like a 69 Camaro where you're like, oh my God, that's beautiful?
I just want to know if Steve has a crank start.
Yeah, power steering.
Allison.
No offense to anybody who owns a Miata. I don't mean anything by it. They're beautiful little cars.
All right. Ooh,
good shot.
Thought that was going to push through, actually.
Did you say a 1992 Ford Tempo?
Hey, we'll keep it not 5-pin after dark.
We can't. It's after 8.
Old Model T.
Like a car you don't even have to wear a seatbelt in? I've only driven in one of those cars once. One that's so old that it was, manufactured before seatbelts. And that was really weird, cruising 80 down a highway, and you're just like, oh man, it's weird.
That's a great shot by Rylan. All right, well, he's throwing the shot. Yeah, exactly. Throwing the shots he needs to throw right now. So good for him. Here we
Steve's
go.
not giving him a lot of room either, right? Steve's picking up his spares and
right. I mean,
he's keeping it black too, right?
So. Oh, exactly. So Steve's getting 30 points of frame. Rylan needs to have more than 30 points of frame, but he's making sure to do that. So
yeah, 35, 30, 30, and then whatever he decides to get from the 5th frame, right? And yeah, Allison, we're just yelling out random vehicles. Really no rhyme or reason for what we're saying. I didn't know how we could glean any sort of innuendos out. Oh, there he is, Tim. He's got to get those arms up closer to the chest, though, right? Is he afraid to get the stealing?
Did you see the casual reach to his back left pocket? Because I'm pretty sure his phone's in there, right? So he doesn't want to dump that onto the lane. Yeah.
Check his Facebook to see if Cindy's asking how he's doing. I'll tell you what, it's great though. I like seeing him so happy.
Me too. It makes my life way easier.
Oh, there's a 43, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's another great count. Picks a spare.
I think what Sean's saying is that if you put a license plate on Steve, it would be one of those special ones where you don't have to pay that much insurance because you only drive it for a month of the year. Is that what that is?
A pleasure vehicle.
Well, do you guys have vintage plates in your in Alberta, like the collector's plates?
I haven't seen them.
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, in Manitoba we have collector plates where it's a different color and it just says collector, and you get it for vintage vehicles.
All right, well, that is a big opening for Rylan there. This is where Rylan can really start to chip away at that lead. Rylan could be at 228 in 7. Steve can be at 150, so that's already making up 78 pins if Rylan throws that strike in 8. Yep. So right back into this, and if he wins the match, then even if they match all the way through, you know that he's back at just down 100 going into the last game. So
is that where he wants to be? 100, you think? Or
I think that's the goal, to get the match within 100, right?
Yeah, I would say so, especially with the 25-point bonus. That means he needs to beat him by 75. You know, you shoot a 350. That's a tough. You know, the 275 is not an easy score to get to either, right? So
yeah, if you chuck a 350, but you're still down triple digits, it kind of makes you rue throwing a game under 200, right? It's just like, oh man, if I could have scratched out a 230 or something, I'd have been a lot better shape.
But as we've always said, I mean, it's better that way than the other way around. I mean, you shoot 600 for your first two, and then you shoot a $190. You're far more pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, Steve's still at a decent pace here, right? This is 240 pace.
Yeah. Just grinding it out, like we said. You know, he doesn't need to do anything spectacular. He can just play, just hit what he's aiming for. Don't worry about the ones that come out a little bit flat. Just know that you're in the right spot, and if you get fingers on it, it's probably going to be a good shot.
That's good. Making sure he's ready to throw this shot. So, Brett, how do you like Rylan's shirt here?
See, it's got a little bit of flavor, right? He's got the feathers on there.
Look at those pins blow up, eh? That head pin went up the left side wall and then bounced into the middle of the lane and then bounced all the way across the other side.
That's kind of the hit that you might leave that left corner. The head pin gets too high, right? But
that's the hit that could be pocket aces, but they all went, and it was fun to see.
Well, that's the free fall shot where you knock out the guy who's fixing the lane on the lane beside you, right? But that's the one where when they used to have the pin jockeys or whatever they called them, that's the shot that they were all trying to throw because they were trying to bruise them up when they were sitting in the back there.
Just absolute bombs. Those are huge shots by Rylan.
I wonder if we're going to get a smile out of him during the interview.
All right. Well, Steve's got to be
a little bit higher demeanor, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's got to be feeling a little bit of pressure on these shots now.
Yeah. I think
you
wants the 30 out, right? Keep the 30s. Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
Ooh, tangle on 2. Can't just go up and chuck another one.
Yeah, that's a big shot by Steve there. You want to mitigate losing as much of that lead as possible, especially when Rylan starts to find this rhythm too. So,
is he doing like reverse lower jazz hands when he runs?
We've never seen so many Tim Wiseman sightings. Holy!
Do you see what I mean, though? He doesn't have his handball in the fist, and he doesn't have it like straight out like a sprinter. It's kind of an in between where there's separation between his fingers,
and his elbows are like straight down at the side. His upper arms don't move. It's all like in the forearms and the elbows.
Is that concrete? That wall on the left there?
Yeah, it's concrete with a drywall covering over top, but yes.
Okay. I was just saying, if you accidentally flare the elbows out too much, you might get a nice little hit there.
Ooh.
He really, you see how much he was into that shot? He wanted that to be a bomb.
Oh, absolutely. If Tim hits his elbow against the wall, it's gonna destroy his lasers. We can't have that.
He breathes through those.
That's a big opening by Steve. Even those 10 pins can be really big. So Rylan can bang out for 363.
Correct.
Right? Plus 25. So 388. And he's covered up almost that entire loss.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have basically
he could be
a slightly bastardized version of what happened to him the first game.
Yeah, exactly. He could make up what did I say? 368? Is that what it is? Or 388?
Well, he'll be 20 pins lower than what was thrown against him, and Steve was 20 pins nice. And Steve was 20 pins higher ish. Right? So yeah,
Rylan can bang out for 363 plus 28, so that's 388. Steve has 210, so that's 178, and he was up 205. So 22,
Steve
27.
608 with the 25 pins.
Right. So Rylan can go into the next game down 28 pins.
I mean, I think Steve was the self-actuating guy there in his interview saying, well, he could throw a lot of strikes. He can do it right back to me. And basically that's what happened, right?
Totally. I know Rylan really wanted that shot, but he's definitely helped his cause here for sure.
Listen, if you're going to throw a head pin in that stretch of frames, there are much worse spots to put that head pin for sure.
Absolutely.
And I mean, 333 is pretty cool.
So he's at 551 and Steve's at 608.
Oh, man. Being only down 50 pins after that first game, that's a huge win.
Absolutely. Yeah, and with the 25-point bonus, anybody's game right now.
Well, yeah, that means he only has to win by 30, right? Or 40-ish?
So he's down 57. So he needs to win by 32.
33 to win, 32 to tie. Come on, Dexter.
Well, 32 tie is a win because that means he would have won both matches. Come on, Brett. Smash your controller.
You were my
for Steve and Rylan to get their setup ready here for the second interview. Yeah, definitely Rylan turn that around.
Yeah.
So he proved us all wrong. Throwing the ball harder was the right adjustment.
But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that ball broke a little bit. I think it looked hard, but it had good stuff at the end.
It was probably just a mindset change to have better finish. Good shooting, Rylan.
24 and number 35.
Made a little bit of a comeback.
And 35 is Ryan.
Oh, we're sorry. Tim's interrupting our super important show here.
$24. That's everything else. Welcome bowling.
All right. Oh, and he's done. Oh, that was quick.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Well, you guys definitely made it back into a one-game match. Congrats.
Yeah, way to go, both of you.
So we figured it out. So both of you know, if you haven't done the math, Rylan needs 32 for the win, correct?
Yep.
So Steve's got to hold him off by 32, or Rylan's got to gain 32 somewhere. So obviously, Steve, you ran into some head pin problems on the even frames. Yeah. What was kind of going on? What was your thought process as that was happening?
Just started getting a little bit fast, I think, and not following through. So I knew Rylan would come back with a lot of strikes, so I was trying to keep up, but didn't go my way that game.
Right. Well, you still have the advantage going into the last game, so that's obviously got to be a little bit of helping you after that that struggle, right? Yeah.
There's been a huge debate here. We're trying to figure out if you were a car, what type of car would you be? There was a big debate in the chat. So, I don't know.
don't know.
EB said something about maybe you didn't have any seatbelts or something. Oh, maybe that was Brett. I
No,
don't
that was
remember.
Mike. That was Mike. He said you're a Model T. That was, but a Chevy Mazda, a 1980 Chevy Mazda was one of the ones.
I'll go back to my first car, a 1977 Chevy Nova. How's that?
Beauty.
There you go.
There you go.
A keeper, something that keeps on going.
That's right.
So
I think it had
Rylan,
seatbelts, so.
Speaking of cars, Rylan got his learners today, so he's already 3 steps ahead of Tim. Congratulations.
Hey, attaboy, congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah, great adjustment, right? That was apparently the right adjustment. Great shooting that game.
It honestly doesn't even feel like I'm throwing it that much harder. It's just
Finishing
more
it.
aggressive and finishing it.
It looked good. Good rollout, some big pin splashes. Good for you.
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we'll let you guys get back to it, and we don't want Steve to stiffen up anymore. So
I gotta
good
go.
luck, guys. Good luck on this last game.
Yeah, have a good last game, guys.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Definitely a lot more chipper.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
You know, it was just night and day there, right?
The
Yeah.
demeanor change was huge.
Yeah, well, I mean, a 333 will do that for anybody.
Absolutely.
You ever been bummed after throwing a 333?
I mean,
I
if
guess-
I lost to a 335, then probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just to pump my own tires again. When we were in the top 40 in Calgary a couple years ago, I threw like a 383, and Bradley Titgat threw like a 373, and I guess he assumed that he won. And I heard from across the lanes, "What? Who?" Yes.
All right, not the start Steve was looking for, but it's the first frame. That's kind of the frame that you want that in anyways. So
Yep.
if you're going to throw one, I guess I should say.
Yep.
I get a lot of that. The people saying that that's the frame that you, if you're going to throw one, do it in the first.
Well, yeah, then all the pressure's off with a perfect game and stuff like that, too. You can just freewheel.
3 for 3, hitting what he's aiming for there, right? It's just the one shot was right on the beak.
I think that's the same lane that he punched 3 times on the last game too.
Okay.
He needs to
Lane
do
two,
something small just to change mindset there.
Yeah.
Ooh, even a thick one goes too, eh? Like that, you know it's going good when you don't need that, because when the guys that chuck hard are getting that bust on the thick shots, that's really tough to combat, right?
Right. That my 10% commission's getting a little bit better, but obviously this match isn't even close to being over.
Yeah. Well, he gets 45 and 1. That's the difference, right? Like now it's scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's turning out to be a gooder.
I noticed he didn't wait for the Manhattan that time, or has he been throwing the darker colored bowling ball?
So when he waited the one time for it,
Yeah.
and then the next frame it got hung up in 1 again, and he didn't wait for it after that and threw a bomb with the other shot. So
It's not really the bowling ball then.
yeah, he's just kind of gone with the rhythm now rather than waiting for that ball.
Right. All right. So not the frame he wanted. So now how is Steve going to respond? Is he going to step up and?
Yeah, I think this is a really big shot for Steve right here. Trying to steal some of that momentum.
I think Sean made a good point. His ball's not getting that 2-board break he needs to get off the middle or get where he needs to be to have the like that one right there.
Good, really solid at the line, good footwork, and in return he gets a great finish and good roll on it to get that cracker.
But yeah, it had that good speed though, right? That it was able to break a board or two to get that angle to get the pin on that deuce there to knock it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it down, eh?
The notorious Steve throw into the line a little bit.
Woo!
And good roll.
Look how solid he was at the line. Look at how good that follow through was. It just snaps out in front of him. That's what I'm saying. He may put it into the line, but I think we've all had that shot. Even Darrell does the same sort of thing too every once in a while, where you get that little double bounce, you have that little skip when you put it down, but you still finish your shot. And when you do, it's going to come out with a ton of fingers on it.
Wow.
So it's just that Steve made a living out of it.
Yes,
He's done
exactly.
it very, very well.
Yeah.
So we have a guy that throws OG soft rolls, and he puts it down before the line, pretty much by the second dot on the right side of the foul line.
Yep.
So because when we're doing our scratch leagues, we're doing split shifts, right? Your team bowls on the 2 lanes, and then you're bowling the pair beside you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get up to go warm up, and I look at the foul line, right, to see if there's anything that'll make me fall face first. And you just see all the little oval marks on the right side of the on the approach side of the line where he was putting it down the entire time. He just got like 30 little, looked like a wiffle ball almost on the ground there. It was crazy.
All the rubber tracks.
Yeah, and then Jeff says, well, there's a lot of places that banned having people throw the original soft roll. It was marking up the wood, right? I know in Steinbach here in Manitoba, definitely the most retro bowling alley you ever go to. It's not free fall, but you can't even buy booze there anyway. That's a whole different thing. But you're not allowed to throw soft rolls there. No soft rolls.
Okay, but the first question is why did you go there in the first place if you know you can't drink?
Because you know what? Bowling's not all about alcohol. Sometimes it's about just the fun of playing the game.
Just busting your balls, Brett. Just busting your balls.
Yeah. You seem to be doing that a lot, Dexter. And you know what?
You've made a living out of it. Someone's got to give it back to you. The other guy that's notorious for that too, Brett, is Lonnie Akers. I mean, when he won TPC here a couple of years ago, I was following behind him for a lot of games, and all there was solid black marks on the left-hand side of the lane there.
Yeah, I wonder who did he beat in the quarterfinals that year.
Are you pumping tires here?
Another Brett Hendrickson reference.
Listen, I have so few. I got to get every single one of them out.
Do you know other bowlers?
I know Lonnie because he beat me to go to and then he ended up winning. I know Mitch because he beat me in Regina and then ended up winning. I remember Kerry because he beat me at the Autumn Open and then he ended up winning.
Who didn't beat you at that Autumn Open?
I will tell you exactly who didn't beat me. Adam Weber, Kevin Holdsworth, and Ian Howe. Those are the 3 people who didn't beat me. I beat them 205 to 190.
Okay, so those first 4 frames, Steve increased his lead.
Yeah, and you know what? He's doing it by hitting his target. He hasn't missed what he's been aiming for, whereas Rylan has had a couple misses. So I definitely look at Steve just being more consistent from here out. But Mike, you've already. I feel like you were in the final 16 that one year. I feel like you've beat me already. A lot of guys have. I think you already have. You just wouldn't remember because it was like, I threw a 260 and he threw like a 215. So whatever. You wouldn't remember.
Oh man. Well, Steve, still letting Rylan stick around.
Yeah, but he's chugging it out though, right? Now that Rylan's not blowing up everything he's touching, this is where the experience comes in. Where you never want to throw a 9, but he's going to hit something, and he's going to throw a 5 spare, or he's going to throw a strike 5 spare or something, right? Like he's just going to kind of grind it out, which is what you look for.
Yeah, where Rylan seems to be really struggling on the right lane right now, can't find his mark.
So what do we say number
lane 1?
32?
32, yeah.
Right. So Steve can lose by 6.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I'll tell you something.
No, I think that was 32 with the bonus decks.
Yeah, he's got to beat him by 32.
You are
Has
right.
to beat him by 32.
You are right. Correct.
Yeah. Mike, everybody wants to play me at cash tournaments because I lose.
Jeez.
That's why people want to play me. They see me on the bracket and they're like, "Oh, you know what? I'm feeling good about this."
I think there's a big double. I think Brett, a lot of people are jealous that you're the guy that's making the cuts now, right? It's tough nowadays to make those cuts.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, 1 out of 5. What a good pace.
Well, you just mentioned 3 cuts you made in the last couple of years. What are you talking about?
And I could tell you, Brett, that there are tons of people who would love to have 1 and 5.
Yeah.
You know what, Dexter, as a number 1 player, it's easy for you to say. And Carrie, for a guy who won back-to-back tournaments not too long ago, it's easy for you to say. We're not all elite, so just shove it, right?
Look, don't beat me down because I'm positive.
You know what? This elitism is just drowning me over here.
Wow.
Oh no.
All right. Needs to pick all these sticks, get his footing underneath him. Not sure if that was a stick or.
It looked like he kind of scuffed the spot. He was, now he's checking his slide.
Tim left some residue down there.
Yeah, Darrell wasn't cleaning his shoes in between frames, obviously.
I feel like it was Tim's sweat came flying onto the lane.
Uh-oh. That's a footing issue now.
But Jeff, I've also bowled 4 times more tournaments than you have.
Ooh, I don't know. Jeff's been coming out for a long time.
I remember when I used to have nice, bright blonde hair like Jeff, and then I got older. My hairline receded, and my hair got dark. I wish I had Jeff Watt's locks.
The footing seemed better, but
he's just still not confident, it seems, just kind of trying to keep his balance and not worrying about where he's throwing.
That being said, he needs to find something right now, though.
Yeah, now Rylan with 1 more strike can get everything he needs.
And then some.
Yeah.
This is a tough spot for him to go, the poo turkey.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
especially with the stick too, right? I thought for a second I saw the way the ball was tracking. Oh, maybe it's one of those dramatic ones where he gets it and everybody has a laugh and we're still good. But when you punch, out of the way.
That's a big answer. That's a really important shot right now.
That's an anger strike.
Absolutely. Sometimes you need those though.
That's you get home from work after a tough day and you crush that steak sitting there waiting for you in 3 seconds. You're just so mad at it. You just had such a bad day. You just throw a bomb.
You get mad at your food, Brett?
Yes. I wanted medium. This is medium well. Then you just eat it in 2 seconds.
That's big roll on that, and that's a massive shot right there. This game is completely in Rylan's hands now.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 frames to go. He batted it all the way back. Now he's got it in his hands. What is he going to do with it?
He's going to wait for that ball to come back this time.
That's right. Tim, hustle on down.
We've had other people throw 5-inch balls on those lanes too, and they haven't been caught up.
I don't know.
Did you sell them an oversized ball? Is that legal? Is that a legal ball, Gary?
Oh, God. Don't bring that up. Do we have to measure?
Yeah.
Oh, false alarm.
Oh, he just kicked the mat.
Oh, it's stuck in the corners or what?
Just where it rolls underneath the mat.
Yeah.
I agree, Evan. It is always on 1 and 2. Dexter just telling the people that Sherwood Bowl takes care of their mats. I don't believe it.
Meh.
You need to get a mechanism installed where you push it and has like a slap hand and it just goes poof and it hits it just like a button you can slap over beside the loggers.
It's called a Tim Wiseman.
Yeah. Stranglehold?
Oh no.
Nah, there was not a lot of confidence in that shot. He was there quick, and his shoulders were open, and but just wanted it, right? You want to throw that strike, you get to the line real quick. But let's make sure of this one. This is just as important. There we go. It's a good half.
Yeah. Big shot. Like that's a good couple frames there, right? You can look back if you think about it and just say, hey, you know what, I missed, but I've got enough momentum now that a 5 spare still does what I needed to do, right?
I was just going to ask if Steve was going to take a practice slide on that set. Good idea. Get some confidence in that slide.
You don't see too many below ground ball returns anymore, eh?
No, there's quite a few out here.
Bomb.
That's a
Absolute
big shot.
bomb.
That's a really huge shot. All right, this match is
Oh my god.
match is really interesting.
It's really, really close. If they both bang out, it's
So Steve can be a 194 in 8, and Rylan can be a 213 in 8, which still it's
Steve's.
now back in Steve's hands.
yeah.
Yeah, 5-Pin Universe been pumping out some nail-biting content lately, eh?
Yeah,
Let's
that's what
go.
we're known for.
Is that what you're known for?
Not even close, actually.
Oh, good push.
Oh!
Oh,
Does a little shimmy step on the way out, eh?
Yeah.
little shaky on the footwork at the end there, but that follow through came out real clean and real sharp. So that's a big shot.
Yeah.
Let's see if Rylan answers.
Definitely don't want to be looking back and say, ooh, I probably should have done better on my head pins. Hope
Exactly.
it's not that tight.
That's a big shot.
Ooh, doggy.
So Brett, this game was $10, was it?
It was, okay. Just relax.
I just making it clear before it comes down the line, because there is a 34-point difference, and Rylan needs to win by 32, but Steve does have one more ball in hand.
Dexter.
Tim should just stay out there. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. This is the 10th frame on lane 2. The ball's been coming back, so
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think he needs to bang out here? Or do you think what do you think bare minimum he needs? Strike, hit, like strike corner 30?
No, I think he needs a bang out. I think he needs at least a double.
Okay.
Because Steve's not going to be missing, right? So I know he's been punching a few times here and there, but it seems like he's figured it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely want at least a 30 count so that Steve can't punch and get away with it.
Yeah.
Ooh, the power chop.
Hey, that's okay, Rylan. That's okay. Grab your half, because this will. If he grabs his half and throws a strike, he finishes the game with 273. Right. So 32 back of that is 251.
Yep.
So that means Steve cannot punch,
Nice. Good half.
cannot open.
Coming down to the wire.
For the guy who works with numbers all day, you definitely offer the least amount of math.
We discuss this all the time. Trust me, I know Brett. It's because I deal with it all day. That's
Yeah, you don't want to do it. Yeah. Ooh.
So 263 back 32, 241 is the magic number for Steve.
Okay.
Or 242
242, yeah.
is the magic number for Steve.
I thought it was 32. Isn't it 230?
Right, but he can't tie. Right? So 32 would bring him down to
233?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
30.
Yeah, 231. 232.
Is Alice speaking your language there?
232 to win by 1.
Puts it down.
Absolute bomb. And that should be match, assuming that our math was correct along the way, but I think that should be good.
Oh God.
Well, he's down 24, or he's only down 24 now,
Yeah.
and I'm down 60 now.
Yes, you are.
You like that? You like that math?
I love that math.
I can't wait till the next time, if there is a next time. I don't know if you guys want me back, but when we're doing the picks, and then the one guy is like, no, don't pick me, Dexter, you pick me. And no, you don't pick me. No, Brett, no, you just pick the other guy. And I'll say, you know what? Screw you, man. I'm not the kiss of death.
259 loses this game by 4, but wins the match overall.
Yep.
Wow, what a great match.
There you go.
Wow.
That was after the first game in that match. I did not think it was going to come down to the 10th frame, but
Absolutely.
Great clawback by Rylan, and great on Steve to hold him off.
Absolutely. That shows so much resilience from such a young player to be able to come back from 205 pins down in the first game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That triple for Steve going 7-8-9 was huge, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make sure they log back in here.
Yeah, they are. We're good.
Okay, good.
Like that's I mean, tenacity in the dictionary right there just happened, right?
Well, Steve, congrats.
Thanks. That was tough.
Yeah, it was super exciting to come down to the 10th frame again. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe not so exciting for you, but
Did you get Allison a Caesar at least?
Yeah, I think she was probably pretty nervous, but so was I, to be honest. Every ball, I'm like, do not be that guy that loses on a 200-pin lead after the first game. But
that's a lot of pressure.
It was. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was your mindset after you picked there? Like after you stuck in, what was it, 6?
Yeah, so I guess before that frame, I went up to get some water, and I guess I stepped on something. So
oh man,
I stuck there, and then I'm thinking, well, this is not looking good. But I don't know. I just kind of collected myself and just tried to throw some strikes and got a couple breaks from Rylan along the way. And I knew I needed the first one in 10, so it worked out well. Thank God.
Yeah, after that stick and that open frame in 6, you threw the triple, which obviously kept you in the match and really put the pressure on Rylan to do something in 10, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's some really good mental toughness right there. Stick, throw 5 for the frame, and then come back to make sure you throw a bunch of really solid ones to put yourself right back into it. Because Rylan goes, he's on that double there. He goes 5 spare. That 5 spare gives you the opportunity, but you made sure to throw all the strikes in the middle there. And wow, good for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks. It was fun.
So are you human? Like you had a lot of tense moments. Did you have any butterflies going around at any point? Like the strike for strike to beat DB, like having to come back after the stick to throw the turkey. Like, did you have any tummy grumbles going or anything? Like,
well, I think that, when he first started out, I didn't have very good legs. So once I got my legs under me against DB, I felt better and just got relaxed. Felt like I was just trying to rush a little bit. So. And then, the first game against Rylan, I felt pretty good. Second game, obviously a few head pins. That tends to be my game, right? If I start punching, that seems to be where things go sideways, right? So, and then he started throwing big. So I know he can throw a lot of strikes. And then I guess when I stuck in 6, it was already a tight game. I think I was behind at the time.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have a lot of nice thoughts in my head at that point, but again, didn't want to be that guy that lost after a 200-pin lead. So
especially after
down.
Buckle
down. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't hear the end of it from Darrell too. So buckled down and got a break from Rylan, I guess, when he missed that one frame to kind of give me an opportunity. If he buries that one, it's probably over. But happy to be here.
Another important question. Any thoughts on format for your next match? Hey, we're going to change it up a little bit.
I'm open to suggestions. I like to try something new all the time, so I'm open to suggestions. So,
hey,
I'm all about trying something different that hasn't been tried before. If someone's got something creative.
30 frame TSN style.
Allison, lucky lady.
You know, TSN hasn't been too good to me, so I don't know if that's a good format for me.
Yeah.
It's fun, but yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Steve, congrats on being the new 5-pin Universal Champion, and we'll look to book you some matches in the future here.
Now I can update my resume.
That's
It's a
right.
1997 Rose Bowl.
Yeah. 5-pin Universal Champion.
There you go. That's for my friend Martin Talbot. That'll teach him.
There you
He
go.
inspired me. All right.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Steve. Great bowling.
Thanks, guys.
And,
thanks
we'll
for
talk
the
to you soon.
opportunity. All
Yeah,
right.
thanks. And Brett, thanks for jumping on. Always appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone. There'll probably be a podcast next week on Wednesday, and then maybe we'll throw a challenge match the week after that. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, everybody.